Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
In this video I will discuss Mudharabah, which will discuss examples of cases and how to resolve them. What is Mudharabah? Mudharabah is a partnership and profit whereby one party provides capital, rab al-mal, and the other party provides labor, mudharib. After we know what Mudharabah is, next I will give an example of a Mudharabah case. Mr. Ahmad is an entrepreneur who has many years of experience in the field of raw materials trading. However, the capital he has is limited, so it is difficult for him to develop his business even bigger. On the other hand, Bank Syariah Nusantara has investment funds that are ready to be distributed to entrepreneurs who need business capital. Mr. Ahmad came to Bank Syariah Nusantara to look for a capital solution. After careful discussion and assessment, the bank offered a Mudharabah scheme to Mr. Ahmad. In this scheme, Bank Syariah Nusantara acts as Shahib al-Mal, capital owner, and Mr. Ahmad as Mudharib, business manager. After the Mudharabah agreement was signed, Bank Syariah Nusantara provided capital of Rp. 500 million to Mr. Ahmad. Mr. Ahmad's business grew rapidly. For 1 year, this business generated a net profit of IDR 200 million. Next, there are several steps to resolve the case. First step, profit sharing. Mr. Ahmad, Mudharib, as the business manager will get a share of the profits according to the agreement in the contract. For example, if a profit-sharing ratio of 60-40 is agreed, then Mr. Ahmad gets 60% of the net profit, which is IDR 120 million. Bank Syariah Nusantara, Shahib al-Mal, gets 40% of the net profit, which is IDR 80 million. Second step, monitoring and reporting. Mr. Ahmad is required to provide regular financial reports to Bank Syariah Nusantara to ensure the business runs well and transparently. The bank carries out regular supervision and audits of the financial reports submitted by Mr. Ahmad. If any irregularities are found, the bank can ask Mr. Ahmad for an explanation and corrective action. Third step, dealing with losses. If the business experiences losses not due to negligence or fraud on Mr. Ahmad's part, then the losses will be borne entirely by Bank Syariah Nusantara as the capital owner. However, if the loss occurs due to Mr. Ahmad's negligence or fraud, then he must be responsible for the loss. The bank must be prepared to bear the risk of loss in the Mudharabah scheme as long as the loss is not the result of Mr. Ahmad's deliberate actions or negligence. The bank can also provide guidance and training to Mr. Ahmad to reduce the risk of future losses. And the final step is contract closing. Mr. Ahmad and Bank Syariah Nusantara, after the Mudharabah period ends or based on the agreement of both parties, the Mudharabah contract can be closed. All remaining assets and profits are distributed according to the initial agreement.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.